Hello and welcome to the show. We are back on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. Today we are going racing with A-Class cars. However, they cannot be fitted with rally tyres or with race tyres, which means building your car and tyre choice is a little bit more different than we have perhaps seen in the past, because they are basically your go-to options. Also, we're doing this in winter, which means tyres are very, very important. On this track it is predominant, well, it's all tarmac. It'll be snowy if you go off the tarmac, but there will not be any difference to a normal tarmac race. I have opted for a Lancia Delta, because I like the Lancia Delta, and I feel like it's going to be a pretty decent car. All-wheel drive will make it fairly good when it goes off-road. We're on sport tyres. That was my tyres of choice. So, yeah, we should be pretty good when it goes off-road. I'm hoping we will be fairly good when it comes to the tarmac. I've got a turbo rally engine in this. I thought I'd go for it, mainly because I was struggling to get the standard engine up to the top of A-Class with the sport tyres on it. So, yeah, I opted for a turbo rally engine. Should give it some serious speed down some decent speed down the straights, plenty of torque and whatnot. It's not a maxed out turbo rally engine, but still, there's plenty of speed. We are definitely quicker than the MX-5 down the... Oh, first gear was not the right choice there. I goofed. Right, we're fine. Everything is okay. We've got a Porsche behind us. Am I going to be close enough? The MX-5 has still got some go about it down the straight. Oh, yeah, if I hadn't messed up my gears, we might have been able to catch that. I'm not surprised the MX-5 will be quicker. Around these corners, perhaps. The MX-5 wide body kit gets some nice sized tyres on it. I do not. I'm on 235s. 235s all round. That's still not particularly big tyres, and, well, if you watch my Forza videos, I like big tyres. Big tyres are the way to go in Forza games, really. Oh, we're understeer. Everyone's understeering. Everyone's got to get used to, well, this kind of build of the cars. Normally, everyone will be on either race or rally. There's occasional times where others work, but it's the predominant choice. This is just generally less grippy. Here we go. Now we have that run. That's what I wanted to do last time around, but couldn't quite. It's not necessarily going to be too straightforward. The Mazda is going to want to try... Oh, I hit the curb. I do apologise. I went to turn in to take a normal line and I hit the curb and just bounced off of it. That's not a curb that normally gives you grief. That is not normally a curb to give you grief, but there we go. I guess it is in this... I guess I didn't hit it hard. It was just the right angle to ping off the side rather than climb over it. Won't have done the tyres or rims any good. Thankfully, not something I have to worry about with the Delta. That's a signpost, out of the way. We have now got the Porsche behind us. Points-wise, we are leading the way. Despite it being first for me, second, third and fourth for blue team, we have got more points further back. We've got 5, 6, 7 and 8 and a 10th, so we have got some good points low down. It's pretty close, though. It's pretty close. Are we going to have to... So I'm quicker than the Mazda down the straights, as expected. The Porsche is quicker than me. Yeah, so that time there I went across the curb, no problem. So I tacked it at a slightly, I guess, steeper angle rather than the really shallow angle we hit it initially. Do I outhandle the Porsche? That's my concern here. The Porsche is on standard tyres. It doesn't get much PI to play with. It's basically a top of A-Class vehicle. So Pega will have not had many options to work with on that car. I'm hoping I can outturn it, because if I can't outturn it, I'm going to be in trouble. I guess that's all-wheel drive as well, so I can't out-launch it in that regard anyway. Oh, it's really close in the points. It's really close. Oh, it's really close in the points, and it's going to go to blue team. Leathercat missed a checkpoint. Oh, dear. Unless we can miraculously score some more. It's been a mighty close round. I have to win. If I don't win... red team are kind of done whatever happens. If I do win, there's a hope. There's a half a chance. If Leathercat can get the, I think, DS3 up a position, we can still do it. Or if Tony can get... Tony's at the back. So, potentially, it's a checkpoint. I'm struggling. Was doing okay. Has now fallen back. Yeah, it will fall. I say it will fall to others. I've done everything I can. I'm liking my Delta, though. I am liking the... Oh, liking the Delta. The Porsche's up the inside. That's not what we needed here. Oh, God. I thought we'd lost thought we'd lost the Mazda because there was only one dot behind me. No, they were just so close that they are both there. We will defend very heavily in that final corner. And I think that will be enough for me. But it probably won't be enough for red team. It looks like the Porsche is going to get second. Okay, I've got a good car. It looked like the three of us were in a bit of a class of our own around that particular circuit. Oh, come on, we need another 100 points, because it would be 100 points to us and 100 points taken away from blue team, but I don't think we can do it unless there is a missed checkpoint from the final two blue team cars. It does look like it is going to be the first round to the Dastardly Blues. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Unfortunate, but a closely contended round gives me hope at least going forward. So, we're on to our second race. Now, this is, of course, with the fun of the team adventures, a mixed surface adventure, so we now have an off-road-ish event. It's only a part off-road, however, I think there's a lot of snow around on the tarmac roads up this part, so still going to test, yeah, it's like sort of snowy tarmac, there's going to be some snowy gravel, there's a water splash to contend with. It's going to be an interesting test of these cars. Anything rear-wheel drive might struggle around here. Most will probably be all-wheel drive swaps, to be honest with you. There will probably be a few that might be trying to brave rear-wheel drive for the PI, but considering the tyre choice, if they aren't all-wheel drive, they are likely to suffer. Looks like we might have the great 90s all-rally battle going on at the front, well, and a Mini Countryman, but we ignore that. The good old Escort versus Lancia Delta. There was another Delta somewhere around the place. Oh, there's so little grip on these tyres on the snow. Oh dear, mayday. We've just got a lot of understeer heading towards trouble there. Christ, there is so little grip. The MX-5 has got a better run. I just slid too much through all of that. Here we go, on to, oh, beautiful tarmac-ish grip. Front two are still side by side. Please, guys, do not take yourselves out. Do not push each other wide of checkpoints. We need to score a win for red team here. Ideally, if you could, the MX-5 is going to get involved. I'm going to run out of spaces to go here. The Mini looks like it's struggling for top end. We will get past that. The MX-5 wants to cover. The inside, MX-5 is diving. I mean, I wasn't actually intending on diving on the Escort. The Escort just braked quite early at the hairpin. So we will pass the pair of them. And now I go off chasing that Mazda. So yeah, we ever so slightly out-drag it, it ever so slightly out-corners. That's pretty evenly matched though. Sword missed a checkpoint. Yeah, I mean, missed checkpoints around here. It's not the most common circuit to miss checkpoints, but it does happen. It does happen indeed, and we're going to blast past the MX-5. The Mazda is going to get very annoyed with us. It's going to be one of those where, for once, I have a vaguely power... It's not really a power-built car, but I have the straight-line speed, and the Mazda may well get hooked up behind me around some of these corners. I could do with holding the Mazda up around these turns. I could do with making it difficult to let the Mazda... Well, don't let the Mazda through. Make it tough for that Mazda to get past. Unfortunately, I've not made it tough enough because I think it's too good out on the snow. Those big MX-5 tyres. I know it sounds a bit weird, but it's got a wide body kit on. It's got a lot of grip here, and I don't. The Delta, the rally car here, is terrible on the snow. Now, the 959 will also have very, very big tyres in comparison to my Lancia, and it seems that is the way to go. If you can't have rally tyres, you just need as bigger tyres as possible. That's Horizon 4 logic for you. I don't have enough grip to do that. I had to give the 959 space, although the 959 is then wide through the next corner. Mazda's gone. I'm not catching that, I don't think, in a hurry. That's incredible on the dirt. Fair play, that is a well-built MX-5 for this particular thing. On the actual tarmac, I work slightly better. However, funnily enough, weirdly, MX-5 beats Delta off-road in the snow in weird conditions. Who would have thought it? The Mini's actually fighting back in this, catching up to the 959. If I can back the 959 into trouble, that would help me out immensely. What have we got? Oh wow, we've got some lovely points going on for the red team here. There's a bit of a fight over 8th place. Here comes that 959 speed though. I don't think I can do anything about that car. I think that's just going to be gone once we hit the dirt. Or the snowy dirt. Well, it has run wide in turn 1. Let's frustrate. If we can't frustrate the MX-5 for the lead, let's frustrate the Porsche for the second place. Just make life as my entire job here is make life difficult for Blue Team, which is fair enough, you know. Just because they've got faster cars than me technically, I am not going to be letting them past. We're going to have to make them go the long way round, which the Porsche will be able to do, annoyingly. Yeah, that Porsche has to go really the long way round there. We, you know, gave it space. I wasn't cutting it up and so on. It's just got so much grip on this dirt. The Mini is going to annihilate me. In fact, everything's going to annihilate me. I would be tempted... Oh, Leathercap's having a bad day with the old checkpoints there. I'd be tempted to let the Mini and Escort go. They've just got more speed. I'm much better on the tarmac. Weirdly, I built a Delta for tarmac racing. I put it on rally suspension in the hope that might be okay. I should have stuck it just full. I should have just gone full race. Should have gone screw it and gone built a full race Delta in a weird kind of a way. But there we go. I'm probably what, 3/4 of a second off the pace of those front cars. But I am so much better on the tarmac. So if I fell behind the Mini and the Escort, I would obliterate them when we get to this section. However, we can't do anything on the dirt. Well, I say that's really weird. To be fair, tyre-wise, I know Impega's on the standard tyres and I'm on sport. Maybe the standard are slightly better comparatively on the dirt. I don't actually know on that front. What I do know is, of course, rally is what you want. Race tyres are generally your option if you're not going rally tyres, just because the huge amount of grip you get on tarmac. But if anything, Impega might take the Mazda before the end of this race. That would be helpful if Blue Team would take each other out. We're still... In fact, Leathercap Mr. Checkpoint's still up in 8th, so... Yeah, we're still going to win this round, regardless of quite what happens to Blue Team cars up at the front. The MX-5 is going to lose out. 959 is just really good on the dirt. I mean, it was a rally car in its own right, kind of. Well, Dakar vehicle. So, you know, I guess that makes about as much sense as anything that's going on here. I'm going to go and pink the wall. Yeah, we are so bad. I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive through there, and it still doesn't work. It's no good. There's no speed on that section. Shame, because the Delta's bloody fast everywhere else. But, yeah, we lose it. We lose it there. Well, you know, at the end of the day, a third is still a third. Can't complain too much. It's still a pretty solid car. And the other good news is at least the Escort and the Mini seem pretty decent as well. Come for the later dirt rounds. They seem to work. Not quite got the speed. But again, it's the same top three. I don't think they've quite got the speed of this group as the MX-5 and Porsche are going to fight their way. Yeah, Blue Team are not liking the heavy snow areas. In fact, we've got a huge amount of points going on here. Blue Team are not enjoying the heavy snow whatsoever. We round the final corner. I'm within sight, I'm within watching distance, but we can do nothing about the two lead cars, especially the Porsche. The MX-5 I think I might be a little bit closer to. Could have stayed with it. The Porsche takes victory. Mazda second. I will claim a podium at least for the Lancia. Our Escort Mini Countryman does well to get 4th and 5th, and then we'll get 6th with the Ute. Again, I presume all-wheel drive swap, let's face it, to be able to run that sort of. I wouldn't expect a rear-wheel drive to work. Followed by the DS3 and then the Skyline. Yeah, we were working, our cars are working nicely out there in the snow. We take round 2. Up next, we head to the Lakehurst Copse circuit. A fairly nasty track. This one, I don't know what the snow coverage is going to be like. I am starting on the front row, which does help me out immensely. It does help me out immensely here. We can launch away. We know we're fast launching in this. The Turbo Rally engine is good. Also helps that Impega's Porsche and Scotty's Mazda aren't that close to the front. Audi likely to be pretty decent launching as well. Oh, okay, not quite on pole, but we're on the front row. So that's okay. Yeah, Audi's likely to be pretty decent launching. Doesn't match the Delta. Delta's relatively light. Camaro is very fast off the line. I guess we might have to worry about the Camaro. I don't really know what that's going to be like in terms of grip. Missed checkpoints are going to be a thing here, especially at turn 1. Turn 1 is the place to watch out for missed checkpoints. They are... It's very easy to drive in incredibly deep through the first corner and have trouble. Unfortunately, one of our red cars, I don't know whether that's controller issues or might have missed a checkpoint early on. One of our red cars is down at the back, and that's going to be a long long race to recovery for them. The Camaro will probably be monstrously fast down the straights, but I bet it won't like that corner. No, it's dropped a long way back there. I am concerned about the 959. We know that outdrags me. We know it's pretty good handling. I kind of have initial launch on the Porsche, and that's about it, so I need lots of slow corners if it's going to work for the Delta, or at least in a out-and-out battle with that 959, if it goes to that. Delta's pretty good here, you know. I'll give it that. Delta is working pretty well. We're running away. Leathercap's got the DS3 up to second. Again, I'm fairly confident all-wheel drive swap, judging by its speed in the snow. Front-wheel drive, sadly. I like front-wheel drive, do not get me wrong. In lower classes, it does sometimes work. In A-class, front-wheel drive is not going to happen. Really. It can in very certain circumstances. Certainly not off-road. Yeah, that's generally how I go. In fact, that DS3 is monstrously fast. It's catching me. If it catches me, I'll let it go. I'd have no reason to fight it. It might be more powerful. It might have way more straight line speed than me. Might have been braver with some checkpoints. Although after having the first couple of races with missed checkpoints, I'd be wary of them. Blue team have got a solid 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment. The Porsche and Mazda are working their way up through the pack. Me and Leathercap can run away and not fight each other too much, not slow each other down, not let Impega get involved here. That would be ideal. Get a 1-2 for red team, although the DS3... So yeah, I think the DS3 has, insane straight line speed, but not that much in the way of handling. I mean, I get in comparison... Scotty's plummeted through the field, which would suggest a missed checkpoint. It might be looking quite good for us here. Yeah, there you go. It's just come up in the chat. Everyone has the... lots of people have the chat command now ready for if they suddenly tumble down the leaderboard. Yeah, so the MX-5's missed a checkpoint. That's actually missed a checkpoint around the back end of the section, which is... back end of the track, which is unusual. That's going to hinder blue team, shall we say. That is not going to be good news for blue team. Impega has plummeted. Impega's gone. Blue team are in trouble here. Blue team are in a lot of trouble here. Their 2 fastest cars missed checkpoints. Impega missing the first one, and Scotty missing something around the back end of the circuit. Provided we don't balls this up entirely, it's looking pretty solid for us. The DS3, for a second I thought the DS3 was catching me, but it seems to have sort of stabilised the gap between me and the Citroen. We'll jump the car through. The Delta, for sport tyres, fairly bloody small sport tyres as well, it kind of works. I don't think it would work against a lot of normal A-class cars, certainly not with snow to contend with, and I would never normally build it like this, but it's not terrible. In the context of what we're racing against, I like it. I think it works pretty damn well. Blue, I don't think we're quite going to keep a 1-5 on our team somehow. Just looking at where the blue cars are and some of the fast blue cars are on the track map, I suspect we might lose some positions. The DS3 might even challenge me come the end of this race if they get everything right through these next couple of corners. I mean, I'm not playing it massively cautiously, but there's no reason to risk missing a checkpoint around here. If I have to defend, like, we're so far ahead, now I will defend. If Impega and Scotty were right behind, if blue team had cars right behind and I couldn't afford to run the risk of someone not winning, I would let a teammate go. When we are miles out in front with nobody to challenge us, then I will fight for honour. I will fight for the Lancia, try and make sure it beats the DS3. Is the Citroen going to be... It's not going to be close enough to have a look down here. That's for sure. How brave was it through the first set? About as brave as I was. A little bit of a cut on the dirt. Not too much. Nothing crazy. Again, you don't want to run the risk. Even if we ignore the team adventure aspect of this, you just don't want to run the risk of jumping the chicane and missing the checkpoint, because it will cost you a whole bunch of places. This is where I feel the Citroen might be quicker. No, the Citroen's further back this time around. Maybe I just had a scruffy lap last time, or the DS3 got a perfect lap, because that Citroen is not as close as it would need to be, barring a big mistake from me. I probably shouldn't say it. You know what the commentators like. You definitely shouldn't say it. However, barring a galactic mistake, we should be okay with the Delta. It's fast enough accelerating out of these slightly slower corners. Not really any slow corners on this track. And this is the final turn. The Lancia deals with no problem. The Citroen's there. It was close. I made sure I paid attention for these final couple of laps, but in the end, could not get close enough. Lancia will take victory, and it will be a victory for Red Team. Delta, DS3 and a Mini Countryman on the podium. A curious podium, but there we go. Escort gets 4th. Unfortunately, we couldn't get 1 to 5th. The Ute just slips down to 6th. The Mazda beat the 959 in their little battle. But, yeah, bad times for Blue Team. Good news for us. We will be taking a round 2 victory. So, this could be the round that wins it for us. Or it could not be. It's not going to be a good round for me, I can tell you that much. We're at the Tarn Howells Scramble? Howells? I don't know. It's a nasty off-road circuit. Almost all dirt. There is a small tarmac straight, but it's not going to be enough to... Or small tarmac, couple of corners. It's not going to be enough to save the Delta. We know the Delta struggles out here. The important thing for me is score as many points as I can. I know I can't touch the MX-5 and the 959 in terms of off-road. And the 959 starts in front of me, which isn't really great news. Okay. Yeah, I've got to try and pick up as many points as I can. Hope that it goes well for other drivers in Red Team. We know the Mini... Oh, everyone's done exactly the same thing there. There is nowhere near as much grip as you expect. We know the Mini, we know the Escort aren't too shabby. A lot of different lines going through there. I mean... Yeah, Ghost Motors kind of saved a few awkward collisions on this opening lap. See what, the Ute will have big tyres. You know, the Ute will have some really big tyres, so I don't want to really... I've got so little grip here. It's staggeringly bad in the Delta. DS3, if you want to go for it, go for it. Run, run, run. Run as fast as you can, because I'm an understeery, horrible mess of a car. I wanted to try and get underneath the Audi, but the MX-5 could not get stopped in time. Right, here we go. Going to use my acceleration. Got turbo rally engine, got lots of torque, so a little bit of short shifting is good with this engine. There's a lot of cars here. It's just slow-mo racing at the moment with the just tremendous lack of grip. Okay, we're going to come out of all of this in a 4th place. The Audi has held on for a lap. Oh, Audi tried to get to the inside. Mazda's going to have the grip there to make that one stick. I can out-drag it towards the next corner, but I'm on the outside for the next corner, and I can't out-turn it here. Can I duck underneath it? No, must actually. I think unintentionally more just through the lack of grip. Kind of slid through to defend very nicely. I cannot get underneath that. We have to rely on... Oh, hello. Hello, Citroen. We'll return a light brush on the police car. Not very often you'll get away with that. However, in this instance... Oh, that's going to be a missed checkpoint if I'm not careful. No one has much grip, but... Oh, there goes the Mini. Hello, Mini. You have got good, decent grip, or so it seemed from the previous times. So, if you want to go past, I probably won't fight you too much, because I need to keep you ahead of the Blue Team cars. Can we sneak a pass up the inside of the Citroen? Oh, no, the Citroen's going to get the run off the corner. I was trying to take a sneaky, cheeky, tight line through there, and it didn't work at all. We're going to go for a cutback, and the Citroen slides through the corner. Thank you. That'll get me my 4th. The Ute is putting on a great show, trying to slow down that MX-5. Fine work indeed. Although I think that might be it. I think once the MX-5's in front, I think that's gone. I don't think anyone here's really got an answer for the Mazda or the 959 off-road. I think the Mini's pretty decent, but I don't know if it's as good as these guys up here. In fact, I might be able to give the Mazda a little bit of grief with my... accelerate. If I can drive well, if I can drive nicely in this, I might be able to give the Mazda some trouble, some grief. Oh, there goes the Ute as well. That makes the life even better for me. If I can help the Ute get past, if I can help... Oh, hello. If I can help the Ute get past, if I can help Leathercat join in this fight, that would be fantastic. Larwood missed a checkpoint in the Mini. That's a problem for us. However, they may be able to recover some positions and score us some more points. And this has been incredibly close. Like all of these races have been... the last race wasn't, but that was because of missed checkpoints for Blue Team. The first race could have gone either way. Well, we'll help the Ute get out of that corner. Unintentional, but I tried to just pull across to the inside, but didn't quite get there in time. Can we hold that MX-5 behind? That's a tall order. That is a really tall order. The Ute's gone very, very wide, and at the moment, it wouldn't be enough. At the moment, it wouldn't be enough. It will come down to other cars further back. I have to hold on to second. I have to hold on. Now it is back to being enough. Oh, Scotty has gone very wide. Scotty might have missed a checkpoint or spun. Because, Scotty's tumbled down the order a little bit. Well, there's missed checkpoints going on everywhere at the moment. Eccentric's tumbled down the leaderboard as well. So we've got second, third and fourth, but it's not going to be enough. At the rate, the way we're looking, at the rate we're going, we need some more places further back. There are cars in that group that might be able to pick up 100 or 200 points here or there. Either Impega's had a really bad lap or I've had a good lap. I probably suspect it was Impega having a bad lap more than anything, but there we go. Oh, God, don't do that. That will not help my cause either. Delta's doing all right. It was thoroughly outclassed by the MX-5 and the 959 at the first dirt race. It's thoroughly outclassed by the Porsche here, but it's probably the third best car in the field. The Ute kind of works, but is a bit of a handful to drive by the looks of it. So this is, solidly the third best car off-road, and well, in the top 3 on tarmac. Depends on the circuit, will depend on whether it's the winning one out of the top 3. Larwood's got that Mini back up to 7, so things are looking better for us, especially if Dwarf and Leathercap can keep their Mini, keep the DS3 well ahead of the MX-5. That's kind of the concern. The Audi's actually putting up a good show in 6th as well. That's still hanging on for some nice points. I'll just tap the wall. This is the final time around. Yeah, I think Impega must have made a mistake because we caught up a little bit. That Porsche is way better than this stuff. That Porsche is unbeatable for me, for this Delta. That is not good enough. Scotty's got the Mazda up to a 4th place. Shouldn't really be looking at the leaderboard all that much, but oh, come on, there we go. It's a corner there. It's a horrible corner. It's gonna be close in points. If we can get 2nd, 3rd and 4th, or if we can just get some, even if it's a 2nd, 3rd and 5th, it'd still probably be enough to see us. But there might still be some missed checkpoints. Another podium for me. It's another win for the Porsche. We get 3rd and 5th in the end. Scotty does beat the DS3 for that 4th position, and the RS3 gets a 6th place. The Mini comes home in 7th with the Escort in 8th. So they missed checkpoints, but they recovered well to score important points, beating Blue Team's Escort, Camaro and Delta. I think the Delta missed a checkpoint at the final lap there. So, Red Team, we have done it. It was close. That race, while for me that race was intense for a little while, we then kind of broke free up at the fronts. After that, though, just watching the leaderboards, how much it changed. The positions that went on further back were so fundamentally important. Just making sure that, it wasn't making sure we didn't miss the checkpoints. Well, we will race the final round for honour, because Forza forgets how to count often. Well, here we go. The final race is heading to the Prince's Street Garden Circuit. Now this is a track that should suit the Lancia, judging from the strength that we have come across so far. Small acceleration zones. This is what the Lancia is good at. Not that much high-speed stuff. No snow unless you go offline. However, I'm not going to worry about that too much, although there are other cars that might prefer this tarmac. This pure tarmac, really. So we'll have to wait and see. I start behind the MX-5, but I did notice the 959 is further back. I think we might have had okay. I still have a disconnection because I saw Sword's character lagging around on the loading screen. I wonder if that was a disconnect, but might just be Forza holding them in the menus. So that's a annoying one. Whatever happened. Well, I say it's an annoying one. It's kind of helped us in that we've got cars past. It's an annoying one for the sake of fairness. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was a lag out. Annoying one for the sake of fairness, and that will slightly skew this final one for us, potentially. Either way, we've had a good start for my race, at least, against the MX-5. Oh, that was a big... It was a big dive up the inside. It was fair enough, and the Mazda fired back at the next corner, which was also fair enough. I'm not going to do that. Final lap? Absolutely would. First lap? Nope. You end up in the fence, you end up past the checkpoint, and you're in trouble. We'll see a lot of understeer wide out of there, because no one's got the grip to take that corner sensibly, or not much grip to take that corner sensibly, especially when you're racing close with everyone. We get a better line through turn 1, but overtaking will not be as easy, or not be the most easy thing here. My top-end advantage over the Mazda, I can't really use. Well, while the short acceleration zones are good for the Turbo Rally Lancia, the Well, straights aren't long enough for me to just power past the Mazda. This is where we have one of the best chances, if not turn 1. But it's the best zone for me, worst corner for overtaking. It's a small braking zone, it's a fast corner, narrow, and there are walls either side to catch you if you are a Muppet. So, yeah, we'll have to be very, very committed and in exactly the right place. Oh, I thought I was going to clip that sticky out bit of wall. I was very committed to the final corner, and it went a bit sketchy. I was very committed to that final corner and nearly screwed it up entirely. Right, now we're driving like a Muppet. Calm it down. We have a good couple of laps. Wait for the Mazda to make a little error, because you're going to slip up somewhere at some point. We would I say we'd expect. Everyone makes that tiny error at some point, and 5 laps perhaps. Oh, well, there goes the street. Which, there goes our race. I could deal with pinging off of the wall, but the street furniture being deposited in front of me. The problem is that I have 2 options with the street furniture being deposited in front of me. If I go on the brakes to avoid it, well, I've lost as much time. So I have to hope, and my only hope there is that the street furniture does the kind thing. Basically, there is 2 sorts of Forza street furniture. Sometimes it will ping off of your car, and it will not matter the tiniest bit that you've hit it. Sometimes it acts like you've hit a concrete wall. In fact, there are some street furniture you can hit that can almost stop your car dead, as if you have hit a concrete wall. I've had that happen to me before around some street circuits, Edinburgh. Not this one, the other street circuit. I've had fallen lampposts skewer cars and stop them dead. And we got not quite the worst end of the stick, but a pretty bad one, as it was. So yeah, now we need a bigger mistake. See, I can punch the bin out of the way fine when it's on its own. It's when it's fallen over by someone else, you just never know what you're going to get. Yeah, unless there's a sizable mistake from the MX-5. Can't catch it. Here we are even in terms of pace, I think. But even isn't enough to make up a, 2-3 second gap in a couple of laps. Even if we're a 10th or 2 faster, we need to be a lot more than that. Final corner. Struggling with understeer, everyone will be. That line will be taken by just about everyone. Yep. When you've got actual grip in your tyres, you'll never have a car need to go out there, because they'll be fast enough through that final corner without going over the snow. But when you've not got the grip of the tyres, you're going to find everyone is probably wandering out that way. Yeah, I'm sat at exactly the distance. Maybe I should have gone for the big dive on lap 1. Maybe. However, I could have ended up a lot worse. Like, this is a second. It's going to be enough points for us to take a 4th round victory here. While we won't get the glory of the victory, in some ways, in terms of the team battle, it's better for everyone that I don't have the big dive. I don't think Impega's Porsche is really enjoying this circuit. Might have got stuck in trouble, might have missed a checkpoint somewhere and had a good recovery. Not actually sure. I was busy chasing down the Mazda until we made a slight mistake. Well, the Mazda gets a round victory. Well done to Scotty. It was quick. I feel like I had a good car to match it, and we could have had a very fun battle. Sadly, not the way it went. The Escort gets 3rd ahead of the DS3. The Mini gets 6th, which is pretty good. Impega gets 5th with that Porsche. Dwarf comes home in 7th with the Ute ahead of Blue Team's Delta, and Blue Team will have a 9th and 10th. Not helped a little bit by the scores. By the lag out, sorry, but I don't think that would have made enough of a difference in that one. Apparently we've left the session. Thanks, game. Well, there we go. Red's team will take 4 out of 5 victories. I like the Delta, you know, for the non-rally, non-race tyres. That Delta was good. It was a good choice. Didn't really like the dirt, but yeah, it was a solid, definitely a solid top 3 car in all of that one. Put up a good fight, fun to drive. Yeah, can't go wrong with a Lancia, really. Well, you can if you talk about rust, but never mind. Lancia Delta, excellent choice. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next Versus community, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.